What's going to happen now that the foreclosure moratoriums are starting to come to an end? Hi, my name's Scott Goldstein. I'm an attorney. I practice in New York and New Jersey. I focus my practice on bankruptcy and similar matters. As everyone is probably now well aware because it's all over the news, President Biden actually extended the foreclosure moratorium until July 31st, 2021. What was going to happen after that was up in the air, but now the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has put into place a rule that's going to take effect on August 31st, which will give some additional foreclosure protections to people who have been in forbearances and other COVID-related relief in order to hopefully prevent a massive wave of foreclosures. So let's talk about what initially a lender couldn't do. A lender, under the usual mortgage servicing rules, is not permitted to refer a matter for foreclosure unless the borrower has been in default more than 120 days and has not submitted a modification package, a full modification application. The new rules are going to put into place, and this is only in effect until December 31st, 2021. They're going to put into place a couple of new protections for borrowers if you are behind. So what this puts into place are a couple of procedural safeguards that a lender must do before they can refer you to foreclosure if you're more than 120 days behind on your mortgage. First and foremost, they need to make sure that you have either completed a complete application for loss mitigation or modification, that you were still behind, and that all the other normal foreclosure referral rules are in place. If the property is abandoned, they can go ahead and proceed with the foreclosure because you're not there anymore. And if you have ignored them repeatedly, and they've tried to reach you out for early intervention, they've given you notice, then they can proceed with the foreclosure. The new rules also allow for what are called streamlined modifications based on COVID-related issues. These are limited to, they cannot extend your term beyond 40 years from the modification. They have to limit the amount of the increases. They can't charge interest on any amount that's been deferred. So if you've been in you get what's called a partial claim, where they tax stuff on the end, they can't allow interest to accrue on that. And it must end your pre-existing issues. This is only usually supposed to be available if you've experienced a COVID-related hardship, but the lender can apply it to other people. Very important to remember that these protections only apply to a certain set of borrowers. If your mortgage was more than 120 days delinquent before March 1st of 2020, these do not apply to you. Very important. If your statute of limitations will expire before January 1st, 2022, this does not apply. And once January 1, 2022 comes around, all bets are off. The lenders can proceed as if it was ordinary course of business. So we are exiting the pandemic. Things are going to start to happen. And for those of you who may have benefited from the overall moratoriums on anything happening, the free ride's about to end. There's no nice way to say this. If you were really behind before the pandemic and you're still behind, a reckoning is coming. Your lenders are going to seek to start foreclosing as soon as the courts will allow it to go through, and they're going to start scheduling sales. If you are in a situation where you are wondering what your options are and how you may be able to fix the problem, please contact my office, contact the bankruptcy attorney's office, anywhere, wherever you may be. Please, don't let this sit. Don't let this wait. Your home is your biggest investment. Don't lose it due to fear. Please reach out to somebody, see what you can do. My name's Scott Goldstein. I'm the owner of the law offices of Scott J. Goldstein, and I hope this helps you.